But break 'em off, yeah, gotta break 'em off.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Primetime with Alex Stein. I'm your host, Alejandro Stein. We're having a bad hair today, but we'll get the show on the road. We have the great Angela Belcamino coming on the show, but before we get to that, Jimmy apparently thinks that this is a very important news story, that you got some text messages, Jimmy?
I did. I got some text messages. So, as you remember, last week, we all went to City Council to call out Elizabeth Beck, who mocked Charlie Kirk's assassination. If you want to put that full screen 1 and 2 up there. But Sunday, I got kind of an ominous text from a number I didn't have. And I feel like, I'm pretty certain it got leaked from the Fort Worth City Council, because I signed up with a name and address that's not connected to my phone number, but this phone number is also not connected to my name, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I feel like fairly certain it got leaked from the Fort Worth City Council. And the text said, I saw your video on X. I have to tell you, you have no idea what you're dealing with. You represent Glenn Beck. You're not a moderate. Forces are at work like you've never seen. Be on the right side of history, pal. So I was trying to figure out who it might be. And I did invite Elizabeth Beck to church. And so I was like, maybe it's her, reach out. So I started referring to this person as Elizabeth Beck. And then if you go to full screen 4, suddenly change the tune. I don't mean anything. I respect you. I wasn't sure. Was that for content or what? Don't be brainwashed by the media, buddy, okay? I love you. You're a child of God. But this next one is when I started getting suspicious. I just talked about how, I spoke because Erica's a personal friend of mine. So your post was especially painful for me because you're supposed to be a leader in Fort Worth. I'm acting as if I'm talking to Elizabeth Beck. And she says, or whoever this is, we can't confirm 100%, it's been a tough year for me. I've been a drinker. Sorry I reached out. So we can't prove that it's Elizabeth Beck. It's a Google Voice number. I'm fairly certain this got leaked from the Fort Worth City Council, though, because I put it behind. And then this person started sending like more and more unhinged messages. And then they found my old LinkedIn and with my former employees. Said, wow, you work at blank. Do they allow working at the Blaze too? And then he went, I'm sorry, I forgot I texted the wrong person. Disregard this conversation. So all I know is that I signed up under a number that's not public. The name I signed up for and the address I put are not connected to this phone number. So I suspect that this is either Elizabeth Beck or someone close to her or just a rogue staffer of the Fort Worth City Council. Mm-hmm. But it's a
what
little...
What did they do, though?
Well, the first one was a vaguely threatening text. You represent forces are at work like you've never seen. You have no idea what you're dealing with. And then finding my employer, implying they're going to reach out and trying to intimidate. That's where, that's wildly unethical.
But Jimmy, are you not, I thought you've been on the internet for a while. Do you not realize the whole internet is based on life ruination? When you have a viral video, people try to find out where you work. They try to find out your wife. They try to find out your parents. And then they try to contact those people?
Yes, I am aware of that, but it just seems suspicious that I submitted this number to the Fort Worth City Council and that someone with privileged access might have reached out.
I know, but let's say even if they do say they leaked it, though, there was no crime committed.
I think if you prove that they leaked privileged information,
Well, you put your phone number on a form for a public meeting.
Well, an online form that no one else. If I had signed up with a paper like some do, I would be like, oh, it was just one of the... It was probably like...
I would argue that it's easier to look up that it's digitized.
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
How so? Because it's a form that only the city of Fort Worth would have.
Because whatever software they use would have a search engine where they can look by names, but if you do it by hand, they probably don't even save those. You know what I mean? Those little forms you fill out. I don't know. Maybe they do save all those, but I just feel like if you actually do it online, they have a record of that forever on some sort of server. So I think that would actually be easier to track down, from my experience.
Well, I think there's some circumstantial evidence that my private information was leaked behind Fort Worth City Council or a staffer used to potentially intimidate me for calling out Fort Worth City Council for mocking the death of Charlie Kirk. So we will see what comes of this. Councilwoman Beck, if this was you, please stop.
And you did a FOIA request?
Yes, I did not personally, but our Blaze media team did a FOIA request. So we will see what happens. Pretty wild time. But I have to say, this made me respect you a lot more, and I'm not BSing you. Because like you probably deal with this all the time, stuff like this. People DMing you, trying to intimidate you.
People send me nice messages all the time.
Yeah. I realize I couldn't.
I mean, those messages aren't that bad, though. I mean, they do talk about your employer, but I mean, none of those messages I would think.
I think it's more.
Would be considered a real threat. I mean, maybe ominous, but I don't know about a threat.
Yeah,
is that Angela? Oh, let's welcome our guest. Angela, welcome to the show. No, we can bring her back on. Let's just bring her on.
Okay.
I want to get Angela's opinion. Angela, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you watching the show? Have you seen this controversy? Jimmy thinks he called me earlier today that he was breaking the Watergate scandal. Like, I'm not even kidding. He's like, Alex, I have this political, smoking gun. We got her. We got Elizabeth Beck. I'm like, got her doing what? What do you have, like nude pictures of her? He's like, no, she sent me some nice text messages saying that I'm the son of God or something. So
Child of God.
Child of God. Angela, did you see these text messages? What, from just the little information that you do know, what do you think is going on?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know exactly. I think, I was thinking about you too, Alex, because you are out there constantly on the front lines. So I think, we're all a little bit like on edge and like heightened, but I don't know.
Read these time out, Angela. I'm going to call it TV timeout. Read these text messages. I believe they were written by a man. Jimmy claims, and he allegedly thinks that it's from a woman. Will you read these? I want Angela, the bold lib, to decide because she's bold enough, and she's an unbiased judge. She has no, political stake in the game.
It sounds like someone who is not well, and that's coming from my mental health background, mental health perspective. They're a little all over the place. It's a little chaotic.
Look at that one. Don't be brainwashed by the media, buddy. Okay? Does that? I feel like women don't type like that.
Well, she admitted that she had been drinking, so I feel like this was just a drunk person.
Right. Especially the child of God part too. I love you. You're a child of. It's also like, I don't know. It's a little all over the place.
Do you think it is? Could it be Elizabeth Beck is a bold lib like yourself? Could it be her saying, "I know you're a child of God," because she's trying to pretend to be a Christian Zionist or conservative?
No, I don't pretend to be anything. I can't relate.
No, I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying this person. I'm not trying to.
Well, Angela, this is when I got real suspicious because I had been referring to this person as Councilwoman Beck. And this person responds, "It's been a tough year for me. I've been a drinker. Sorry I reached out." That seems suspicious. So what do you think, Angela?
Yeah, I mean, it's just suspicious in general. We're all getting spam and random texts, and you give your number to some, you don't know who is who.
What's the weirdest text message you've ever gotten, Angela?
I don't know, just be like people randomly who I'm like, I don't know who this person is, and they're not on my phone, and they're like, let's go to a barbecue, and it's like winter in New York City. Like,
see, wait, once again, Angela, I had to call you out. That sounds like a nice thing. Like Jimmy's acting like he's been attacked. The person's like, "I love you, you're a child." Literally they're saying, "I love you," and Jimmy's like, "I've been threatened." If somebody invited you to an all-you-can-eat free barbecue, and that's a threat, I mean, how do we even meet people in this day and age? Like, you invite them to a barbecue, and that is a threat.
But that's nice, but that's like via my phone text message. Like DMs are a whole other story. But
what's
to
some
get
of those
a text
DMs?
message,
Get into some of those DMs. What's the spiciest DM you've ever gotten?
Oh my God. Well, I've gotten death threats, but actually not so much lately. Yeah, I don't even want to go there, but just I hope terrible things happen to you.
That happens to me too, but why do they get so mad? Because you say I'm 41 and free and single or what? I mean, that gets them that mad where they want to send you a death threat?
A lot of things get a lot of people mad, yeah. So you just don't know what's going to set people off. It's a problem.
Okay, well, Judge Angela, this is your courtroom. You decide. Is he valid in his paranoia that this was a sitting councilwoman and that Jimmy broke the biggest political scandal since October 7th, arguably?
It seems a little sus to me. I'm not convinced that it's her. My biggest concern is, does Jimmy feel threatened? Does he actually feel unsafe?
He does feel actually threatened. I'm not just saying that to tease him. Like, no, because they mentioned like, oh, his work, and I'm like, okay, I get how that is a
Right.
threat, but that's kind of what they always say, Jimmy, because it's on your LinkedIn. You know what I mean? Like, that's just I'm not like, once again, I'm not trying to minimize what you're feeling, but that's the first thing people do on the internet. They find somebody and they're like, I'm gonna go after your work, I'm gonna go after your family. That's just like the standard operating procedure of how the internet works. So I don't know, it's very weird. I'm on the opinion that it was probably somebody in the city's office, but probably some staffer, somebody that's maybe friends with her. She might have even told him to text, but
That might make more sense.
once again, even if we do catch them, let's say Rob Eno gets a great FOIA request and they're sending emails like, send him a mean text message or whatever. Even if we have that smoking gun, there was still no crime committed, right? I mean, she didn't say like, I want to.
Leaking numbers to
I don't think that's it.
intimidate a constituent, I think is criminal. I'm not a lawyer, though.
I know, but do you think the court of public opinion cares about a phone number getting leaked?
Leak to intimidate a constituent, potentially. But she mocked Charlie Kirk and isn't resigning, so I don't think this would make her resign.
She did. That's what I'm saying. So she mocked Charlie, and people didn't even give a damn about that. People were over there defending her. So now you think they're going to care that she gave out your phone number?
I don't think they would care, but I think just the more pressure on this person, the better. I don't think she's a very good person. But if she would love to come to church with me, which I invited her, she's still welcome. But
Is that her?
yeah, that's Brandon found that. I'm like, that doesn't look too much like her, but that's one of her official headshots.
Well, she's a bold lib. Okay, so Angela, how do we relate to another bold lib? Ask Jimmy, or tell Jimmy, excuse me, because I guess we're gonna have to go deal with this Elizabeth Beck. It seems like Jimmy's has, it's his new pet project is Elizabeth Beck. How can he kind of infiltrate her mind and earn her support?
Well, I don't know. I can't really speak for her. I think, it's bolder right now to think for yourself. And I'm a very unboxable, anti-label type of person. So I don't know that we can all be lumped into the same category. It's a bit of a problem, I think, right now is sort of the labels and the negativity and on both sides, the name calling, the aggressiveness, the hatred. So I'm trying to find the common ground right now and be more in the spirit of unity and having conversations. So, which you're doing, Alex.
Trying to.
So.
Jimmy's trying to too. Hey, I have a question. I saw a video of a Chinese man describe a woman's vagina as a portal of divinity. Do you agree with that?
It sounds nice. Yeah, I would agree.
I feel like we don't.
It's a hard yes for me.
That's what I'm saying, and you agree with that. But if more women perceived their uterus as a portal of divinity, do you think abortion rates would go down?
I don't know. I mean, I'm still, very women's rights and women's reproductive rights and
what does that
pro-choice,
mean?
so.
What does that mean, bold lib? Women's reproductive rights. What is that? I mean,
just that we should be able to make decisions for our own bodies.
What about the baby, though?
Well, we might have different thoughts on that.
Okay, well, Angela, we don't have to go on crazy debate, but this is the one thing that I do want to say to you, excuse me. If a drunk driver crashes into a pregnant woman and kills the woman and the baby, that is considered a double homicide. And even people that are pro-choice agree with that, right? You do think that should be a double homicide, right?
I don't know. I
You
think every
don't?
situation is different.
Well, you're telling me
and-
no. Listen, you don't know this because this is. I mean, this is not even debatable. But I'm saying by law, in every single state, when a pregnant woman gets murdered, even if it's a drunk driver, or let's say she gets stabbed like Irina Kaczynski and the baby dies, you get charged as a double murder. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that, actually.
Wow, Angela, you learned something new. That is true. So when a pregnant woman gets murdered and the baby dies at any
Is that everywhere though? Like in every state?
yes,
and
in any stage of the pregnancy as well. Unless the woman didn't know she's pregnant, then maybe they don't. But if the woman knows that she's pregnant and she dies and the baby dies, that's a double homicide.
Okay.
Do you want to just continue this debate?
Well,
you two?
again, I think right now what's important to me is being open-minded and listening and having conversations. And we don't have to agree about everything.
That's true.
But that doesn't mean that I need to hate you or be violent or be aggressive. So it's about being able to have these conversations and maybe not see things eye to eye.
I agree. It's like we don't want to live in an echo chamber. We just all, basically say Donald Trump is great. We need to have a little dialogue, a little debate. But when it comes to you, even though you are the bold lib and you have the libs get mad at you, the conservatives get mad at you, but how are you affected personally by this terrible tragedy surrounding Charlie Kirk and his assassination? How has that affected you as a lib, considering Charlie Kirk is an iconic conservative figure?
Yeah, absolutely. It was devastating. Like for me, I feel terrible about it. It makes me sick. I posted a lot just about my genuine reaction, reflection on it. And I think that it completely backfired in terms of, the Democratic Party and just, words over violence. And I think, death is never the answer. And I think this looks really poorly, especially the celebrating and the making light of, someone's assassination is just disgusting. And I don't think that it paints, Democrats or liberals in a good light. And unfortunately, again, we all kind of then get lumped into this category of, we're violent and we're aggressive and we're murderers. And it just looks really bad. And it's just terrible.
It is a terrible, terrible tragedy. I mean, there's nothing you can say to make it better. We're all a mess here at the Blaze about it. I just look at kind of the landscape of the culture war, and I would have said before Charlie's death, the culture war was over. We got the bold lib on our side, basically. You know what I mean? I mean, not by every, we got you about 54, 46%. You know what I mean? We got you a little over on our side a little bit. And that is a good indication that we're kind of winning this culture war. And then now that this has happened to Charlie, it has created a whole new war. And it's really kind of a sad reality that I'm still having trouble accepting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, with this, again, with the labels and everyone's celebrating and it was like a day and then it's just still really ugly. For me, I'm just sort of living my truth and trying to do what feels good to me. And it's being able to call out things on both sides, including the left. And so I've been consistently called a Nazi and a fascist for a while now, just for asking questions and not subscribing to that echo chamber and all of the bullet points. I want to be what I think is a bold lib is being able to think for myself and listen to all of the information and ask questions and form my own opinions.
I love it. It's you do not want to be brainwashed, and that's the problem. Even on the right, sometimes we get brainwashed. We need to kind of break out of that matrix, as Andrew Tate would say. Would you hook up with Andrew Tate? Is he your celebrity crush?
I don't think so. I don't think he's my jam.
Are you more of a Tristan Tate guy or girl? Excuse me. You like Tristan Tate more?
I don't think so, but you know what?
If you had to go with one of the Tates, you had to. You're in Romania, they're sex trafficking you, and you got to choose this one time. Who would you rather be sex trafficked by? Tristan? I would personally rather be sex trafficked by Tristan. He seems nicer, even though I like both of the brothers, but he just seems like the nicer sex trafficker.
I haven't really given either of them too much of my time or attention.
Well, that's dumb. You need to.
So I don't know enough. But if you're saying that Tristan is nicer, then I would go with Tristan.
I would say they're both nice. You need to start devoting more of your time to Andrew Tate red pill content, and I'm not even kidding. It will change your life.
Okay.
I saw a video.
I hear you.
I saw a video.
We'll see.
Andrew Tate can reverse menopause in certain women through sex.
Fascinating.
You're a doctor.
So how are you doing, Alex?
I'm not doing well at all. I'm not doing well at all. No, I'm not.
I'm sorry.
I'm struggling emotionally, mentally, physically. I have a huge thing in my back. Come here, get the close up. Get the camera close up. I'm getting a cyst in my back. Can you see how it's protruding out? You can't really see it, but it's really.
I do see it,
it's
actually.
Big, and I'm really worried about it, Angela, because I've been trying to pop it, but
Have you gone to a doctor?
No, I have not because I do not believe in doctors.
Oh no. Oh no.
Do you still believe in doctors?
I do, but I believe in second opinions.
Well, I've been going to this shaman and he's been giving me ayahuasca and it's only been getting bigger, but I feel good.
I
Have you ever done ayahuasca?
have not, but should we do it together?
We should. We should. Oh, speaking of doing something together, we are going to be at the Moms for Liberty event, the annual summit on October 17th together. And guess who else is going to be there? They're just announced. Your arch nemesis.
Myron Gaines?
No, that's a good one. Caitlin Bennett, legendary, the gun girl. You know, she's famous for being called the gun girl. But she's awesome. She's a badass. She's actually really nice. Maybe not to you, but I'm excited to see how that is going to play out. Are you nervous now you're finding out that Caitlin Bennett's going to be there? Because she does have alpha female vibes.
No, I'm not nervous at all. Actually, I welcome it. I think this is the kind of thing that needs to happen, right? I think it's awesome. I was going to say, actually, I'm really glad that you brought it up. I'm excited that I might get to see you in October at the summit. And no, I think it's awesome that they're trying to. I thought it was like a mistake when they reached out to me. I was like, do they know who I am?
Yeah, I told them to reach out to your ass. I want you on the panel so I can cuss you out in front of all the women and get a bunch of brownie points. Now, we only have you for a little bit longer, but we do need to cover a few things that people in the chat are all worried about, especially that I'm worried about. Where did I just see all this message? And now I got distracted. But what did they just say, Angela? That was so good. Well, long story short, do you believe in amnesty for big booty Latinas?
Oh, yeah.
You do believe that they deserve amnesty? You do believe
Well,
that?
so what does that mean exactly?
Like, if you're a 9, you deserve amnesty. You get to stay in the country. If you're 8, there's no immigration debate.
Unfortunately,
7,
no. I think they're beautiful, but I do believe in people being here legally.
No,
So.
I didn't know we were talking to Tom Homan's daughter over here. What?
So this is maybe an area where I cross party lines.
So you don't like big booty Latino? What about big booty Latinos? I bet you like a big Latino man.
All. I love them all, but I do think that people should be here legally. So, yeah.
I like legal aliens. You can just pay them in beer to do work for you. Literally, you just cerveza. They're like, I'll do it. They'll literally build your house for a keg of beer.
This has something to do with your housekeeper, right?
Yeah, Juanita. But don't listen. I use a lot of illegal labor, and I'm not going to stop. And I don't give a damn what Tom Homan says or does. And this is all satirical. I would never actually use illegal labor. Breland Hollyhan is going viral. He's similar to you. He's a rage bait enthusiast that is going to be the future of the Conservative Party. What do you think about this young boy?
I don't know him well.
Do we have a shot? Play shot number 1.
Yeah, we're pulling it up.
We're about to pull it up. You're about to learn. This guy is the future of the party, Breland Hollyhan. Not only is he handsome, he's got the mind, he's got the body, he's got the energy, he's got the private jet, he's got the polo, he's got the Masters polo, he's got the Polo Ralph Lauren polo, he's got every polo that they sell, he has a version of it.
No.
What's up, America? Brian Hollyhan's here, about 30,000 feet up. We are on the way to Arkansas. So everybody in line at the University of Arkansas to kick off my 10-stop campus tour. We are coming to you right here, right now. Stay in line. We have gotten a third room because we have sold out this campus stop 3 times. But we
sold out?
The
tickets are free.
Students will get priority.
The tickets are free. They don't even charge for Turning Point events.
More excited. We are back. We are on the road. We're coming to you one conversation at a time. If you're not at the University of Arkansas, we're coming to a campus near you soon. So check out my tour dates. We'll see you super soon.
Super soon. Super gay.
Well, I love the conversation thing. I think we need more of that, more of the dialogue.
I like Breland. I like Breland, though. Brylan. He's of age. Would you be interested in going on a date with Brylan? I do believe he is a virgin.
I don't think I can go that young.
Well, he's legal.
Yeah, I need a more mature person.
Why?
I mean, to be fair, I don't know.
Why? But why? Why do you need some old guy?
I didn't say old. You
I know,
said
but
that.
why is he too young? I mean, he can go to the military. He can just defend your right to live in this country.
Um, no, I think that I'm a very mature person for my age, whatever, and women mature again without generalization, usually at a faster rate than men. So I don't think we would have anything in common, really.
That's fair. Now, Angela, you were going viral for your baby fever. Are you still experiencing baby fever? And now that you're in Florida, it would probably be very easy to have a baby because there's a lot of pirates there to sleep with. Are you thinking about having a little pirate baby?
Well, I was gonna say, I think that the Moms for Liberty must have heard about my baby fever. Maybe that's why I got invited to the summit. No, I think you had something to do with it. But everyone has been saying that this move to Florida, and I've been here about a month now. So
How
the
is
baby
it? How's the weather? How do you like it? Do you miss watching people masturbate on the New York subway?
I have not, to be honest, again, keeping it real, I have not missed New York City one day since I've been back in Florida, which I do love New York. I had a great time there, 12 years. It was an amazing adventure, but I was ready to come back to Florida and I have not missed it. So
What do you think
Florida
about
has its own
issues?
characters, though.
No place is perfect, but and New York is a classic city. But now they got this communist Marxist terrorist Zohran Mamdani about to be
Right.
mayor, and I kind of like the guy.
Do you? Why?
Well, because he's going to kind of make it's like I didn't like 9/11. It was terrible, right? But it brought the country together. And I think about if he crashes New York, it might bring the country together. You know what I mean? So if New York has to be the domino that falls, it brings us together as a country. And I think they're probably going to do another 9/11. He's probably going to plan it, and they're probably going to blow up the New World Trade Center. So.
Oh, man.
Did you not hear Al Qaeda has terror cells in America? Did you see this?
No.
You didn't hear the latest? Are you kidding? You didn't hear this?
No.
Al Qaeda has terror cells, are saying the latest from the Department of Defense or whatever they're called now, Department of War.
War.
Yeah, Department of War. ISIS has its sights set on new potential ally, Uyghur jihadi groups. Yeah, so ISIS is coming back. Oh, damn, we don't want to pay for this. So that's interesting, right? I like ISIS a lot. ISIS. Do you like ISIS? Oh, crap, I think I'm playing it. Do you like ISIS, Angela?
No, I'm concerned. I am concerned.
Wait, time out. This is a serious question. Do you or do you not like ISIS?
Why do you like ISIS?
Oh, I'm happy that you asked that question. I'll tell you exactly why I like ISIS, because ISIS was created by the United States government. If you look into a movie called Charlie Wilson's War starring Tom Hanks, it talks about a black ops secret government program in order to create what is called the Mujahideen to fund Afghani rebel terrorists against the Soviet Union, Russia, fighting them in a proxy war that we were funding with black ops money. And guess who was the representative to the CIA for the Mujahideen? Osama bin Laden. That's right, Osama bin Laden. Before he was the mastermind of the terror attacks that happened on September 11, 2001, he was a CIA asset that went by the name of Tim Osman. We have declassified evidence of this. So my point is, we created them. I mean, they spun off and became kind of bad, but I mean, I'm America first, you know, and I'm all about that. So if we created the greatest terrorist organization on earth, I'm going to be proud of it. You know, that's my American right.
I hear you. I also, despite what people may think, care about our country and want the best for our country. So
And that's why we created the Mujahideen, to make our country better and to protect Israel. Okay, where do you fall in the Israel-Palestine thing?
oh my gosh, that's not my area, Alex. I don't get into this. I am, you know me, I'm more
Whose
of an
side are you on?
entertainer,
Whose
a
side are you on?
mediator.
Pick a side
I'm
right
not
now.
on a side. I
Pick
don't get
a
involved.
side
It's not
right
my
now,
thing.
Angela.
No,
You had it. There's a gun to your head
not
right
going
now.
there.
There is a
I'm not
gun
doing
to your head. You can walk to the Gaza Strip or you can walk to Tel Aviv, young lady. Which way are you walking?
No, I am not versed in this. I don't like to get into this. Yeah, no, I hate it all.
That's not very bold of you.
Well, Well, it just is how I feel. I care about people. I want people to be alive.
I know, but
want
who do
people
you
to have a
care
good
more about?
life.
You know, the children being bombed or the Jewish people that want to build Margaritaville on the Gaza Strip?
I care about all people.
I know, but I do too. But some people I care about more. Like I care about Jimmy, my producer, but I care about my wife, Paige, and my dad. There's people that I care about everybody, but I care about one thing more than the other, right? So like in this instance, there's two choices: A, B Palestine, A Israel. You get to take the blue pill or the red pill. Are you taking the Bibi Netanyahu pill or are you taking the Hamas pill?
I am the diplomatic. I don't like to do this.
You don't like to take pills? You don't like to
Yeah,
take pills?
correct. I actually don't take pills.
Yeah, but you've taken pills before. You were in New York.
Like I don't want to be blue pilled and
I know, but you're in New York. I know that you've done ecstasy and Molly.
No, I actually
yes,
have
you
not.
Yes, you have. You're on it right now.
No, right now you can tell. Yeah.
What's the hardest drug you've ever done?
Well, no one knows this. So man, I've really never done hard drugs at all. I drink.
I thought you were about to say something cool.
No,
you're like, nobody knows this. You're
I
like,
am.
I
Wait
tried
for
something.
it.
Okay, sorry.
Wait for it. So a few years ago, a lot of people around me were dabbling in cocaine. And I don't know, I got kind of curious because I was always pretty I only ever drank alcohol, never did any drugs. I was never really into that. And then one night there were some friends that I was with who I didn't know super well. This is New York, you have acquaintances. And I decided to do the tiniest bit of coke. Because I knew I've never done this.
And it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun, wasn't it?
I almost died. Literally.
And that wasn't fun? That's the fun part of it. And then you lived, though, right? You almost died, and then you lived. And the next morning, you're like, dude, we lived. We almost died. And you're like, I know, that was fun. That's the whole point.
Opposite. I think there was fentanyl in it, and I will never do it again.
Don't.
So.
And I'm making a joke that it's fun. It's definitely not fun. That's just why movie stars do it all the time on boats. Now,
I don't know what it is about me, but I had whatever happened, it was not worth it. It was really bad.
If I could give you an all-expense paid trip to go get either BBL or breast augmentation or any augmentation, because I've been trying to convince my baby prepaid wireless to let me go to Mexico because I want to get liposuction done there for a third of the price. If I would buy you boobs or something too, because they're doing a 2-for-1 deal there. If you want to get lipo, we get 2 for 1. Not that you need it, but I'm saying, could you help me?
I know. Are you saying that I need?
No, I need you to
surgeries?
help me. No, I'm saying my girlfriend was refusing these surgeries. I've offered them to her. She doesn't need them, but I just offer them to be polite. She's refusing, and I figured if you use some of your bold lip strategies, you might be able to convince her that we're doing good. We're helping this Mexican doctor that's not licensed actually make some money and pay for his child support. Maybe there's some positive things by getting surgery done in a country where it's much cheaper and there's less, procedures and I guess regulations.
It's cheaper, but is it safe? That's one thing.
Safe enough.
I don't know. People have died, right?
People have died in America. Kanye West's mom died in surgery in America.
Sure.
Would you go to Kanye West's mom's? Would you go to that same surgeon?
What?
Kanye West, the surgeon that performed and murdered his mother, would you go to that same person for free boobs?
No. I don't want any surgeries anyway.
Why
right
not?
now.
Why
to
not?
each their own.
Why not?
It's not something I want to do.
Are you perfect?
Anyway.
You're perfect? Is that why? You're just perfect? You don't need anything done?
Everyone is perfect, just the way they are.
What about calf implants? I have calf implants.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
When did you get those?
When I was 22 years old. The best decision I ever made.
How come?
I had little twinkie legs, and now I got fucking badass calves. I look like a damn...
Should have looked at your calves when I saw you.
I
in
know.
DC.
I look like a damn horse going down a freaking horse
now I'm
track,
missed
whatever.
opportunity. I guess I'm definitely going to look when you come to the summit.
Yeah, you're going to be
Better
seeing
have
my
your calves out.
I'm going to have my calves way out here. I can pull some out right now.
Be bold. Rock
You
your
can
calves
see
out.
some of that
Oh.
calf. You can't really... I need a good angle, favorable angle. That's a little more favorable, but... And then if I can do the leg lifts, if you can see... See, this is where I really get them jacked up. This is when I.
Yeah, like, do you
do.
work out on top of the?
Well, no, because they're
calf-
implants.
Wow. Okay. Wait, really?
Yeah, they're fake. I can barely walk.
Really?
I can barely walk.
Those are some serious
I know,
calves.
a plastic. That's why it doesn't jiggle.
I don't even know. I can't even tell with him what's real and what's not real. But
What do you think about generals being fat?
oh yeah, that.
Do you have an issue with that? I kind of like it when they got a little cushion for the pushing because they're all gay, aren't they? And they're doing gay stuff and they need to be gay together and have a little cushion for the pushing.
That's a perspective. I mean, I was a little concerned in New York at the shape of some of the NYPD when I was there. Like
The NYPD, you can literally, I've seen them smoke weed before. Have you ever seen the movie Top Gun? Did you know that that's a gay movie, a gay pride movie?
sorry, say that again?
Did you know the movie Top Gun was gay propaganda meant to turn young men gay in the 80s and 90s when it came out?
I was not aware of that, no.
Well, Pete Hegseth is going to try to stop that with the Department of War. Let's play shot number 2, and I want to get your reaction, Angela.
If the Secretary of War can do regular, hard PT, so can every member of our joint force. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are. So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test. And as the chairman said, yes, there is no PT test. But today, at my direction, every member of the joint force at every rank is required to take a PT test twice a year, as well as meet height and weight requirements twice a year, every year of service.
Angela, I would think it'd be better to be a fat soldier. If you get shot, you have more, insulation, you have more cushion, right? You don't want to be a skinny mini taking bullets. That would just blow you away.
Yeah, I don't know. This comes across disrespectful for all the people serving our country.
That are fat.
In
They're
that
fat.
sense.
Well, I'm saying, but only the fat people get offended by that, though, right?
So you're calling me fat?
Yeah.
Canceled.
Oink,
You're
oink.
canceled.
No, I'm kidding, Angela. Angela, even though your pictures are, you're being sarcastic in the pictures, a lot of men actually do hit you up, though, right? For, you're telling me like a lot of, I know you're being sarcastic, like I'm single, this and that, but then they see that you're single and they really do hit you up. So can you tell us a little bit about like why that, what is that carnal instinct of conservatives wanting to try to like, you know how they always want to turn the lesbian? Do you get that vibe they want to try to turn the liberal conservative? Is that what the vibe is on Twitter?
I think there's a lot of vibes and there's a lot of different things going on. People are attracted for different reasons. But yes, especially with the baby fever, there were a lot of applications in the DMs for, hey, if you want to, work on that baby together kind of a thing. But yeah, I'll definitely have people troll me and hate on and then slide into my DMs for sure.
Well, Angela, we talked about a lot. You got a great new podcast. Can you tell people a little bit about your podcast before you go? I know you've had some great guests. You had on That Mother Effer Is Not Real, the real plain lady, Tiffany Gomez, friend of the show, as well as some other big guests. Who else has been on the show?
Yeah, so it's pretty new. I've only had 3 episodes. The 4th one comes out this Friday, but it's been an amazing starting lineup. I had Josie, the redheaded libertarian,
Good friend
Brandon
of the show.
Straka of the Walkaway Movement, Tiffany Gomez, who you just mentioned, and I have Brian Krasenstein this Friday coming out. Yeah,
He's
so
not gay.
it's-
Everybody says he has a family and stuff, but he seems so gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he's not a homosexual. He's a family man, right?
Yes, definitely a family man. And the thing that's cool about Bold Talk, so that's the name of my podcast.
Bold
Thanks
talk.
for shouting
Ooh,
out.
I like that. Bold talk.
Bold Talk. And I actually do the intro song. If you remember the Bold Lib song.
It's an iconic song, one of the most viral songs of the past few years.
So we got a little at the intro, a little Bold Talk going on at the beginning of the episode for the intro, but it's been really cool because, again, in the spirit of conversations and storytelling, I think a lot of times as creators or people who post content, there's a lot of narratives created, and you think you know someone based on their text or and I think it can be really misconstrued. So
speaking of, Jimmy thinks the city councilwoman's texting him, from the text. So people do think that all the time.
Well, maybe I can get her on the podcast and try to find out more.
She would be great because she is libtarded and she might fall for your bold libness. That would be great. If you can get her on, then we can have Jimmy, I don't know, we'll figure out how to, throw him in the mix some sort of way. But listen, the Bold Talk podcast just inspired me. On my next podcast, I'm going to sing the intro too because you inspired me, you and Andy Milanakis. I think that's brilliant that you did that. Now, everybody needs to go follow that. Is there anything else we got? If they want to meet you in person, you're going to be able to see both of us October 17th and 18th in Orlando. And what else? Did I miss anything before you go?
Yeah, no. So Bold Talk is exclusive on Rumble, comes out on Fridays at 7:00 Eastern Standard. Thanks to Network Access Group. It's on their podcast channel on Rumble, exclusive there, and then does release later on YouTube on Wednesdays after the fact. On X, Angela Bel Camino. But yeah, it's nice to kind of get I have a mental health. We talked about this last time.
Yeah,
Alex.
yeah, mental health professional. Yeah.
You need to come on the podcast.
I would love
if you're
to.
Down.
I would love to once you get more subscribers. No, I'm kidding. No, I would come on. I'm just kidding. I would come on.
You don't want a free therapy session.
No, I do. I do. I'm teasing. I would.
You
go
said
on.
You're having a hard time. I think it's time.
I'm having a lot of hard times. It feels like every day is a new challenge. But so happy and so thankful to be alive and have. I was just thinking about that too. It's like I worry about my problems. I'm sure you worry about your problems, like going from New York to, Florida, this and that. But we could be like in a hospital in Palestine being bombed. You know what I mean? So, we do have to have a little bit of gratitude of our situation. We could be in Ukraine right now being drone bombed. So as bad as things may seem, there's somebody out there that has it significantly worse off. So we should be thankful for the situation that we're in. And now that I have this growing cyst in my back, I don't even know if my health is that good. So I don't really have my health. My baby mama's mad at me. My cats are mad at me. My car running hot. I think I might have blown a head gasket. Somebody stole my identity and ordered a bunch of Zen, and they came to my house and I used them all and I reported it as fraud, and now I'm getting in trouble for that. So yeah, I'm not really in a good. Oh, and I have a criminal investigation going on in New York City as well.
That's a lot. So we'll have you on soon. We can unpack all of this because it's from a mental health standpoint, which is my background. It's nice to find out more about people, who they are, their backgrounds, what's going on, and try to
Let me bring you into this dark world and see how you enjoy it. Do you like the darkness
of the world?
Just do you like darkness?
I like to try to make things lighter.
Okay, so you're saying white people are better, so you're racist.
That's a funny interpretation, but no, that's not what I meant. But
well, that's what it sounded like. All right, guys, everybody go follow Angela Bel Camino. See you guys very soon. We love you, Angela. Hearts in the chat.
Love you.
All right, guys, if you're a homeowner, you need to listen to this. In today's AI and cyber world, scammers are stealing home titles, and your equity is the target. Here's how it works. Criminals forge your signature on one document, use a fake notary stamp, pay a small fee with your county, and just like that, your home title has been transferred out of your name. Then they take out loans using your equity or even sell your property, and you won't even know it's happened until you get a collection or foreclosure notice. So when's the last time you checked on your home title? If your answer is never, you need to do something about it right now. That's why I partnered up with Home Title Lock so you can find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code ALEX at HometitleLock.com and you'll get a free title history report and a free trial of our $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring of your title, urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud does happen, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. Go to HometitleLock.com and use promo code ALEX. That's HometitleLock.com. Promo code ALEX. Yes, go lock that title up. Oh, we got a $5 super chat. My funny man sad because someone hurt his friend. Yes, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sad not just because of Charlie, but yes, I am sad. We only have 13 episodes left. I guess this is one of it. So 12 episodes left here at Primetime with Alex Stein. It's been a great show. I had a great time with you guys. 3-year journey. I'm sad that it is coming to an end, but don't worry. This is not the end of Alex Stein. Of course, I'm going to have a new show very shortly after this. So I hope that we can encourage you guys to hop on and watch that. As a matter of fact, we're live on one of the other channels.
I just got a $20 super chat.
Ooh, $20 super chat. What does it say?
Sandman102 says, Alex, it is all over. Oh, okay. I think they're trying to trick me into saying something inappropriate. How about you read it?
Let me see.
I feel like this is some innuendo that
Alex,
I'm not catching.
it is all over my screen. Keep going. Oh, that's a sexual thing. Gross.
Yeah.
Why does it look like I'm balding? But that's just my hair part. This is not good, Jimmy. This is not good.
Well, you know who has it worse than you is Aaron and Molte.
Oh, friend of the show, Steel Toe Joe, Aaron Amolte, sentenced to 15 days in jail for violating, I believe, his HRO that was filed against him on behalf of Kayla Requeta, Nick Requeta's wife, who were partners with Aaron and Molte and April and Molte when they were a quadruple, or what is that called? Not a throuple. I guess they ended up being a throuple. They were a quad.
They're just swingers.
They were swinging, but they had like a quad group going on. They had I think it's a quad couple, quadruple, whatever. It has all these swingers are such perverts and freaks. They have the most disgusting nicknames for this stuff. They're always stuffing pineapples up their ass and doing Lord knows what. But we do appreciate Aaron's great content, and we love his podcast, one of the highest rated podcasts on YouTube. But sadly, he's not going to be doing that podcast for a few weeks. So Jimmy has volunteered to help host it. I know him and Keanu, and I think Gino is banned from going on the podcast because it was Gino's performance, I think, allegedly, at the Steel Toe anniversary show that was the catalyst that brought on the court-ordered violation that caused Aaron to go to jail. So it's a very complicated situation, but at the same time, it's not that complicated. A man shared nude images of a person that he used to bang, and that person's husband got mad, got the cops involved. Then Aaron went and talked about it when he wasn't supposed to talk about it, violated that, and the guy's going to jail. I personally think this is actually going to be good for Aaron's career. More people are talking about Aaron. I think his mugshot is maybe going viral. Let me see if I can pull up his mugshot. I mean, like, this is the thing. In this modern era, you can turn an arrest into you can spin it in a positive way. It's all about how you handle it. Like, if Aaron wants to get out of jail and become addicted to pills and crash out and lose custody of his kids, or he can come out of this, use this viral sensation as a jumping off point. He's going to have, as soon as he streams his next stream, as soon as Aaron clicks live on his next stream, he's going to have the biggest audience he's ever had. So if he is in jail for 2 weeks, we know he's in jail, but if he has to do the whole 2 weeks, he needs to focus on what he's going to do when he comes out and try to spin this negative thing into a positive, because he is going to have a lot of eyeballs on him as soon as he gets out of jail. So Aaron, he's in the clink. I think he'll be safe. He's in Minneapolis jail, so it's probably all Somali guys. So it probably smells like nasty curry in there mixed with feet and drugs and BO and despair and desperation and, domestic assault. And it smells like, it just smells bad in prisons. That's one thing that they've been, famous for, is the odor being very unpleasant. Now, that's a big deal. That is a big deal that Aaron's in the clink. So once again, Aaron, hope you can kind of use this as a, positive thing. I know going to jail for 2 weeks is never a positive thing, but I think that you could come out of this and, maybe get some publicity from it. What is it? All publicity is good publicity, except for, this is pretty bad. But I don't think you're going to be a registered sex offender, so that's good. You're not a registered sex offender, so, you just, the small victories in life that we need to really appreciate, because that is what makes us happy. That's how we find joy. And Aaron's not going to be finding much joy for the next few weeks, but once he gets out, we're going to make sure to stay as far away from him as possible because he's going to be toxic as hell. So we will only comment on him from an arm's length away, but just know that you are in our thoughts and prayers, Aaron, as well as the victim, Kayla Rakeda. She's in our thoughts and prayers even more. So we want justice for Kayla, but we also want a redemption story for our boy, Steel Toe Joe.
Would you want to do a prison interview like we do with Joe Exotic? With
Yes,
Aaron?
and we do need to do the Joe Exotic's probably been upset at me. I've not been to jail to go see him yet because I've just been so busy. But we're going to have a lot of free time in the next couple of months, so maybe I'll be, handing out and flying around places and visiting people. I am going on the Whatever podcast on October 26th, so hopefully we'll get some viral clips from that and really start a conversation around women being whores and why that's not good for society. But at the same time, I was reading this stat where young men especially, are not having as much sex. So I just don't understand if like women are the biggest sluts they've ever been, but the boys aren't having sex. A, it's because they're being all gender confused and half of them are gay. They don't even know that they like women because they're told by their mom that they're a girl. Or B, it's just like the microplastics in everybody's testicles has just turned us into estrogen-filled soy boys. So very scary.
We got a couple super chats if you want to read them real quick.
Yes, please.
Scott Starboard says Candace Owen is reporting that those texts to Jimmy were from Netanyahu.
Probably so.
That's pretty funny. And then
Yeah, okay, time out. That is a good comparison. That's a good comp. And we like Candace Owens here. We are Candace Owens fans. Somebody's going to clip this and send this to Candace Owens, but you have Candace Owens vibes, Jimmy, and I'm the conspiracy theorist. You're like, Jimmy calls me, I am 99% sure that I got a text message saying, I love you and Lord bless you from this council member of the Fort Worth City Council. Like anybody gives a fuck. But yeah, you kind of have Candace vibes. What do you say about that comparison, Jimmy?
I mean, she's pretty popular, so.
Yeah, I know. Hey, that's not a bad person to be compared to. I do agree with that. But you know what I mean? Like you are, I don't know if, I do think you're reaching a little bit. I don't think you're wrong necessarily. Like I do think your number got leaked. I think a lot of information that you've said is true. But I don't know if we have evidence that it was her on her cell phone, like wine drunk texting you. But maybe she did. And if she did, even if we catch her, she didn't really commit a crime. So it's still kind of a nothing burger. But,
oh, we did get a $50 super
ooh,
chat too.
50 from who?
I think it's from Voskamp. I think that's the KIR.
Oh, we love KIRM.
He says, your hair is second to none. We're supposed to go to dinner soon. Jimmy will get with you. The hair is amazing. Yeah, he texted me while you were in South Carolina saying we should all get dinner. So
we
I'll
should.
talk to you after.
We should. And yeah, we got a lot of events. We're going to be Monday. We're going to be at the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville. Now, I want to say we had a great event at the University of South Carolina, and I especially want to thank the Russell County EMS as well as the administrators and police department at the University of South Carolina. They could not have been more professional and helpful. But the event, because it's not outside, we still had, good turnout. We had literally, we did 2 events, one during the day, one at night. We had 1 liberal person come debate. It was all just fans, which is fine because we still had some kind of debates. We had like some debates over Israel-Palestine a little, not, crazy because it wasn't like that contentious because they were all supporters and, fans and followers and friends of mine. And the one guy, he was actually kind of a nice guy, Ethan the Lib, he came there because he's a content creator and he lives in Columbia, South Carolina. So he's like, well, I'm going to go get content. This is smart. I applauded him for coming into the Lion's Den. But then, like, his one big debate, and we're going to talk about it, we want to talk about does Tylenol cause autism? And I'm like, nobody gives a shit. And it's just like, oh, my gosh, give me a break. So that is what we debated. We debated about Tylenol for like 30 minutes of one of the nights. That was okay. But the person of the night, and I remember their name, was a young girl by the name of Lynette. Now, Lynette has a very special story, and I think that this clip will be very popular. She talked about how during the pandemic, she was very young. I think she said that she was like 14 or maybe she was 13 or maybe she was 12. I forget the exact age, but she was young. She got all radicalized that COVID was like the worst thing ever, and she became liberal, and she started to identify as a boy, and she went and talked to her, and she started to wear a chest binder. And she said that at her school, which wasn't that big of a school, that they had like over 100 people in their LGBTQ club, and that there was over 10 different girls that wore chest binders at her high school. And she kind of avoided the subject with her parents, and then when she finally asked her dad to start calling her a boy, her dad's like, shut the fuck up. And that helped kind of radicalize her to realize that she is a woman. And her story was, I don't know, it was really inspirational because she was a Christian, and she talked about how her finding, her faith again, reconnecting with the Lord, helped her, feel comfortable in her own skin as a biological woman. So it was very enlightening because you could hear it from a person that was a victim of this public school system that encourages kids to do all of this weird gender reassignment surgery. And then you also heard the story of her dad disagreeing with it and how it actually was good because so many parents, just basically facilitate this. And even the parents that give kickback, then they go and they talk to the doctor, and then the doctors will be so sick and tell the parents that the kid will be suicidal if they don't do the gender transition. So it's a very, very sticky situation. It's a bad situation to be in. I'm happy that her dad was there to, talk some sense into his lovely daughter. So shout out to Lynette. And also, Ethan, there's a guy there, you can give him your birth date, and he could tell you. It's funny, the one liberal debater guy was named Ethan, and then this one kid that's like a wizard. You could give anybody's birth date, and he could tell you the day of the week that you're born. The guy was a savant. He's a beast. So those clips will be out hopefully by next week. And other than that, we got...
Alex, and also I pinned the comment of your Mind of Stein link.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Everybody go follow the Mind of Stein. We want to get that channel cooking. Hopefully we can get that monetized. We need 3,000 watch hours, so go over there and give it a watch. We'd appreciate that. And subscribe. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe button here. I don't know what's going to happen to this channel. That's kind of vague. The Blaze could delete it. They could repurpose it. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know that I will still be making content, so you guys will still be able to see me, and we'll be able to do it a little longer and even more unfiltered. So I really encourage you guys to... consider watching me wherever I go in 1 month. So sad, so sad. November 1st, we will be somewhere else. So thank you to the Blaze. Thank you to everybody. And I'm trying to think, Jimmy, did we forget everything? I know we got this Nick Shirley clip. I guess we can watch that tomorrow. Who is our guest tomorrow?
We got Danny Martinello. He's an up-and-coming Kill Tony comedian. And
Danny
I think we have someone
Martinello.
I think we have someone over Zoom. Let me double check.
I don't think we do.
Oh no, it's we're discussing Chad West tomorrow.
Oh yeah. So now this is where I'm selfish. I'm like, Jimmy and them are so excited about this. I'm like, guys, we have freaking a Dallas City Council member hanging out with a registered sex offender. I feel like that's even a bigger story, but who knows?
Let's do it.
We'll cover that tomorrow. We'll see what goes more viral. Jimmy being sexted by a city councilwoman, or a city council member of Dallas hanging out with a registered sex offender in Miami. So I guess we'll have both stories. We'll put both clips out. We'll see what catches more people's attention. I don't know. I mean, it's a toss-up. Jimmy's video is doing well, and My Baby Prepaid Wireless, both of their videos are crushing on YouTube. So
and Paige had, I don't know if you saw, Blaze wrote an article about her. There was other news outlets that wrote an article about you. She's learned from the best because she's crushing it right now.
She is. She's doing very well. She's doing very well. So I love my baby. She's crushing it. We got to keep it up. I encourage all of you out there to go speak at some of these meetings. Go out there and be more vocal. There's a saying that, hungry mouths, or excuse me, I'm saying it wrong. Quiet mouths don't get fed. Now, that doesn't mean you just go around and, say QAnon's real all the time, even though some of it is. Most of it's fake. But we should go out there and be more vocal. And Paige and Jimmy both had a viral video. They're perfect examples of them going and speaking and exercising their First Amendment right. Not only helped their social cause, but it brought a lot of attention to an issue where the Fort Worth City Council would want this to go away. So I'm happy that we are exposing them. I do want to find out who drunk texted Jimmy. I'm thinking it's a dude, probably a gay dude, and Jimmy, and maybe Elizabeth Beck is a gay dude. I don't know, but we need that. We need the Bridget Marcone treatment. Oh, is that true that Candace Owens saw Bridget Marcone's vagina?
They said submitted photographic evidence. Unclear if it was a vagina.
What do you think? It was boobs?
I mean, they probably. I don't know.
It had to be one of them, right?
Yeah, probably. Or maybe her as a baby naked. I don't know.
That's weird as hell. I know, and I don't know. I don't even know if they would use a baby picture because everybody looks different than when they were. Listen, Brigitte Marcone, Lord, Is she a boy? I doubt it, right? I mean, is Brigitte Marcon a boy? But we know she's a pedophile because she was banging him when she was like 40 and he was 13 or something. So, may not be a boy, but you are a child predator. So, Brigitte Marcon, you have been exposed. Shout out Candace Owens. Shout out Jimmy, the two best political investigative journalists besides Laura Loomer, who is #1. And yeah, she's the best. She's the hottest. Candace Owens is #2. Jimmy's #3. #4 is Steve Baker. All right, guys. That's been our show. Oh, yeah, we got to do a freestyle finale. Do you have any music?
Or do you want to do the banjo?
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll sing a song. Only 13 episodes left. That's a lie. It's actually 12. I don't know what I'm going to do for work. My bank account is gonna get low, not gonna have very much dough, gonna be broke, I need some money now. Send me a text of my Cash App, I'll take money and all that. Please send me PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats. Aaron Amolte went to jail, I'm about to make his bail. All he did was show some tits, I think that is the shit. I love Aaron Immolde. He should be free and gay. All right, guys. Yeah, seriously, though, we're struggling. This is only a few more episodes left. I hope this journey was as emotional for you as it was for me. And I love you guys. Peace and good night.